Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor S.P. Singh from Faculty of Management Studies, Gurukul Kangadi University, Haridwar. Today we are going to study Module 26 on demotion. Friends, after studying this module, you shall be able to know the concept of demotion, understand the causes of demotion, comprehend the conditions of demotion, become aware of the types of demotion, know the necessity of demotion, understand the benefits of demotion, comprehend the justification of demotion, know the demotion policy, an example of demotion policy. A demotion, sometimes called a downward transfer, is a type of transfer involving a cut in pay, status, privilege or opportunity. Demotions may result from organizational staff reductions or disciplinary penalties with an employee who is unable to perform adequately in a particular job. The purpose of a demotion is to remedy a previous mistake in staffing. Most commonly, a demotion occurs when someone fails to perform according to expectations. When someone is inflicted demotion, he may get demotion in a department or outside as per company needs. Demotion may take place due to various reasons. Demotions may be used as a disciplinary measure against the employees who commit serious blunders at their job. A breach of discipline may attract demotion as a punishment. An organization can work only if proper discipline is maintained. A punitive action for such violation may be essential so that people avoid flouting company rules and regulations. Sometimes, objectionable behavior of employees with their supervisors and top management may result in demotion of them. When an employee realizes that he cannot handle the additional responsibilities thrust upon him consequent upon his promotion. When an individual is unable to satisfy the job requirements and standards, automatically he would be demoted to his earlier job position. Sometimes an employee may not be competent enough to deal with his job properly and meet job requirements. In such a situation, demotion becomes necessary. Nowadays, there is a rapid change in technology and methods of work. The existing employees may find it difficult to adjust to the new requirements because due to lack of education, technical skills, ill health, old age or other personal reasons. Under these circumstances, new persons may be needed to take up such jobs. Sometimes there may be organizational restructuring necessitating either combining the departments or shutting down some division or departments. In such circumstances, the number of positions is lessened and some employees may be posted at the lower positions until normality is restored. Such demotions are not due to any fault of the employee. Such demotions are not considered black spots against the employees who are demoted. Demotions serve a useful purpose for keeping the employees cautious and alive to their responsibilities and duties. Demotion will serve its purpose if it meets the following conditions: violations of rules and regulations of the organization would subject an employee to demotion. The serious violations of rules and regulations would only invite such a drastic action. Demotion should sparingly be used as penalty for violation of the rules of conduct, poor attendance record, or insubordination. There should be an appropriate and detailed investigation of any alleged violation of rules and regulations. If any violations are known, there should be a consistent and equitable application of the penalty. A hasty decision need to be avoided. There must be a provision for review. Demotions have a serious impact on the employees. Therefore, demotions are made infrequently. When the company reduces some of its activities, executives occupying certain posts are demoted. Errors in the promotions already given are rectified through demotions. Demotion may be necessary as an instrument of disciplinary action against erring employees. Demoting an employee is not an easy matter and requires for tact and diplomacy. Perhaps it is easy to dismiss than to demote. In both the cases, the person's interests and pride will be injured, but in the latter case, since the person still continues his association with the organization, he may take revenge by striking back the interests of the organization. From the employee's point of view, there can be hardly any benefit of demotion. However, from the employer's point of view, there can be certain benefits. A common benefit employers seek with demotion is getting an employee to quit as opposed to firing him. Some managers use this approach to avoid the conflict of telling someone he is fired. From a human resource standpoint, the advantages relate to avoid paying a severance or in some cases unemployment compensation. Getting an employee to quit with a demotion is not a given. However, as some employees simply lose motivation or show no effort in their work. Reduction in salary is another financial benefit of demoting employees. Typically, a demotion denotes that the employee works in a lower paying position. This can save the company a significant amount. In other cases, a demotion occurs because the company is confident overpaying a worker for the production he generates. Ultimately, income efficiency should improve if the worker gets less pay but still performs reasonably in his new position. Employee demotion may involve fewer risks of lawsuits or other grievances than termination. This can safeguard the organization from charge of discrimination or wrongful termination. It shows a willingness to retain an employee in spite of performance issues. Conducting regular performance reviews and keeping good records on employee problems are critical. One of the more positive benefits of employee demotion provides the opportunity to develop the employee through additional training and coaching. In some instances, employees take a position they are not adequately prepared to handle. A demotion may prevent burnout or employment separation. In case the demotion of an employee is to a position he feels more comfortable with, he cannot toil towards additional training to eventually grow into the position from which he was demoted. An employee is demoted when their employment terms and conditions have been changed in a way that the remuneration, status or responsibility of employee is reduced. Even if the employee retained their salary and other benefits, demotion still happens when there is reduction in status, importance or responsibility of the employee. There are 3 instances where demotion of an employee can be justified. Demotion as an alternative to a dismissal in disciplinary procedures. Demotion of an employee outside disciplinary procedure with written consent of the employee and fair procedure followed. Demotion as an alternative to retrenchment. Friends, in this module you have studied the concept, the causes of demotion, the conditions, the types of, the necessity, the benefits, the justification of demotion, as well as the demotion policy along with an example. Thanks for visiting EPG Pathshala.